Hey, good evening, everyone. Happy Wednesday. I hope you are having a great night, and I can't believe it's already Wednesday. I know I say that every day, but this is just, it's flying by, and my kids go back to school in just a few days. This is their last week of break. My kids are in this Broadway-bound camp this week, so they're putting on the play The Lion King, so we can't wait to go see it on Friday when they do their presentation, which should be super fun. Elliot is Zazu, which is quite comical. So he's trying to learn his lines, and it's this whole dance routine, and so they're all busy, watching the video of it and trying to learn the dance routine for this play, and it's super cute to watch and super fun to watch, and I'm just loving it. I'm loving, it's funny because my middle this is totally up her alley. She is like my theater person. She loves to sing. She loves to dance. She loves to put on shows. And my other two weren't totally wild about it when I threw the idea out there, and when I actually just signed them up and said, you guys are going to do this. And they all came home after the first day and just thought it was the coolest thing ever. And they're now having a blast, which is fun. So I can't wait to see the play that they're doing, and maybe the little bit of the theater bug will bite them, and maybe they'll get involved with some more kinds of stuff like this. Although, and that's your win, because once school starts, they also have winter swim team this year, and they're volunteering at the pet store for the month of September, and they're doing all kinds of cool things. So wouldn't it be nice to be a kid again, right? I really wish I could rewind and go back and do all these fun things that they're doing. Not that I didn't have a great childhood, I did, but we didn't do all these cool things. But I wanted to come on tonight, and this is not my typical live, but I wanted to come on tonight and really, give a minute to brag about my kids, because I don't think I do it enough, and I'd love to hear you guys comment in the comments if you've got kids, grown or little, it doesn't matter, and brag about them, right? Let's shout it out. And then what I would tell you to do is don't just brag about them here in the comments here, but I would love to see them so that we can all see them, but also tell them. Right? That's so important, to give them, brag to them about how awesome you think they are, because they're pretty awesome. And everything that we teach them, everything that we do, right? It's so important, because that's what's going to instill in them, right? How they grow up and what they think. And even it's not too late to tell your kids, even if you've got grown kids, I can tell you, I still like to hear from my parents, how proud they are of me. So it's never too late to tell your kids that. I posted a meme earlier today, which is what made me decide that I wanted to do this live. It says 10 lessons I want to instill in my kids. If you're thankful, show it. If you love someone, tell them. If you're wrong, fess up. If you're confused, ask questions. If you learn something, teach others. If you're stuck, ask for help. If you made a mistake, apologize. If you trip, get back up. If someone needs help, help them. If you see a wrong, take a stance, right? So that was the post that I posted earlier today. And the truth is, I look at that, and those are the things that I definitely want to instill in my kids. And I see a lot of those traits in them. And I like to make sure that they know that. First I'm going to brag about Emma. She's my eldest. She's the one who's getting ready to have her bat mitzvah. And you guys know, if you've been following along at all, right? She is, she's an amazing kid. Not my other two aren't. I'm going to brag about them in a second. But she's an amazing kid. She dedicated her bat mitzvah. She decided to dedicate her bat mitzvah to the children of Lifeline, right? So Lifeline, for those of you who have not been following along, is an organization that helps kids with long-term and terminal illnesses, and it helps their families. And right, she is asked, as part of her thing, instead of getting gifts, and kids get lots of great gifts for bar and bat mitzvahs, right? She asked, instead of that, for people to make donations to Lifeline and to her, or to the organization, to our fundraiser. And so far, we are over almost at $13,000 raised. Some is from her, people who were invited to this, and some are just from friends and family, or whoever that may not be part of her celebration, but just want to give anyway. Yeah, Penny, you're right. Lifeline does rock, and Penny can talk about that firsthand, how much Lifeline rocks. But it's really awesome. And not only did she ask them to donate, is she asking for that, but she decided she wanted to find out what is something, right? The money that is raised does amazing things. There's a special camp that is just for these kids who can't go to regular camp, right? And they pull out all the stops, and it's phenomenal. If you go online and Google Lifeline, or YouTube Lifeline, and look up their Camp Simcha and watch some of the videos of what they do with these kids, beyond amazing, and life-changing for these kids. And but not only that, she said, Mommy, she said, it's great that we're raising this money, but what else can we do that can be something tangible for the kids while they're in the hospital? So I reached out to Lifeline and said, okay, what else can we do? And so they said, well, we always need art supplies for these kids. So she's doing an art supply donation drive as well, right? And not only, I've posted on Facebook, you guys have seen it on Facebook, and so thankful for everyone who has donated art supplies so far. You can see the boxes behind me. Some of those, there are all kinds of bat mitzvah stuff, but there are boxes of art supplies back there. But she and Madeline together for the last 3 days, she created a flyer, and she said, we don't have enough art supplies, Mommy, and my bat mitzvah's in a week, this was on Monday, so in just under 2 weeks, my bat mitzvah's in just under 2 weeks, we don't have enough art supplies, we haven't collected enough, what am I going to do, right? And I said, so make a flyer, right, design a flyer. So she got on the computer, she designed a flyer, we printed it up, and she and Madeline, the last 3 days, have been out going around, blocks at a time in our neighborhood and passing out flyers asking for donations. And people have been dropping them off at our house. It's so awesome. And it's really amazing because yesterday, right, here's my kid who yesterday spent the morning at the hospital having her bone marrow biopsy done, which is, I've never had one done, but having been watching her do this for the last 10 years, it's not fun, right? I mean, they have to put her under for it. She's usually sore the next day. It's not fun. And she came home yesterday groggy from her procedure, right? She laid down, she rested for a little while, but as soon as the anesthesia was off, she's like, okay, Mommy, I want to go out and put out more flyers. I was like, what? Just take it easy, right, kid? Nope, I got to get more flyers out. And they had said specifically she was doing it on her bike. And they had said specifically yesterday she couldn't ride her bike. She's like, I'm going on foot. Right. And then, so she and Madeline went on foot yesterday. And then today, she said, okay, I want to go again. And Madeline said, well, I want to come with you. And Madeline's bike, she needs a new bike. And so she said, I can't go on bike. So they're like, okay, well, we'll go on foot again. And they went out and handed out all these flyers. Right. And it's just so amazing because this is coming from them, right? This is coming from her. And Emma's now inspiring her sister and even her brother, right, to be part of this and to do this. And, I just really want to brag about them because it's super awesome. And, our kids all do all kinds of things. As Penny here is bragging about his son, even though he's autistic, he's the smartest kid he knows, right? We got to let our kids know this. We got to let our kids know what we think of them, that what we think they're doing is awesome. Because, as parents, I can be the first to tell you, as parents, sometimes, they get nutty, right? And they get under our skin and we lose our cool and whatever else goes on. And I personally don't want that to be what they remember when they grow up, is them getting under my skin and me getting, frustrated or annoyed, right? With them being kids. I want to tell them every single day something awesome that they've done, right? And help them recognize that and help them see that, because that's how they grow up to be great adults, right? Is letting them know that. And Elliot here, like I want to, I sort of was really bragging about Emma, but Madeline sort of ties into that, and Madeline is just, she is so kind and she is so thoughtful and she is very bright and she uses that to help people really. And, she also, Emma has her pieces, but she doesn't. It's been great. It's been great to watch this whole process that Madeline hasn't gotten jealous of all this. Madeline has jumped right in and said, how can I help too, right? She's always been the one who wants to be the fixer of things. She doesn't want to, she wants to be the peacemaker, except for when it comes to her brother, then she doesn't always want to be the peacemaker. But she wants to be helpful. She wants to, she's always my first. If I'm standing in the kitchen cooking, she's always my first. Can I come help? What can I do? Right there in my face. And sometimes it's really annoying. But it's coming from a good place. It's coming from love, and it's coming from wanting to be a helper and really wanting to achieve the best and do things well and do them right. And then there's Elliot, who he's an amazing little kid. Like he's all boy and he's a piece of work, and he, is the kid who wants to be the class clown and just thinks he's so funny, but he is kind of funny. And to be completely honest, he's pretty funny. But he is so kind and so sweet and always has been since he was itty bitty, right? He's just a people pleaser, Right? So even when he's being like not nice to his sisters, because, siblings do that to one another, but when he realizes that he's done something that's really just like pushed the line, he always comes back and apologizes. And he always, if his sisters want something that he's got, at first he may say no, but when he stops and thinks about it, he always comes back and does the right thing, or sometimes gives up things that he really shouldn't have to give up just because he wants to be nice and just because he wants to be kind. And, it's amazing because that's how he was since he was itty bitty. I don't feel like I really taught him that. I think that just came as a natural instinct to him. Maybe it was survival mode, as being the youngest, the only boy and the youngest of, with two sisters who can be kind of domineering, bossy. No, I don't like to call them bossy. They're strong leaders, right? But it's really amazing to see, how our kids pull this together, and how when they are pushed to shine, I mean, they're kids, so they all have their things. I can tell you, each one of my kids has their stuff that, like I said before, needles and gets under me, but under our skin. But it's so important, right, to really stop and recognize the positive things that each one of our kids has, right? And that's why I said, those of you who are coming in later, in the comments, please brag about your kids. Let us know how awesome your kids are. Let us know, and then go and tell them how awesome they are. Because far too often we don't. Far too often we get to the end of the day, the end of the week, the end of the month, and life has just buried us, and we get buried in work, and they get buried in school as school's getting ready to start, or everybody gets buried in everything, and we forget to tell them just how awesome they are and how much we love them, and I think we all tell our kids how much we love them, but I think, really just helping them see the positive things in their lives and their strengths, and helping them build on their strengths, right? It's so important, because that's how we help them change lives, right? I'm all about helping people be the best possible person that they can be. And I'm all about teaching others to do the same thing. So really what we show to our kids, the way we treat our kids, that's what they're going to emulate to others. And it's so important. So that's just my little thing tonight, Amy. Amy says it's a reflection of you. Being a parent is priceless. It is priceless. Being a parent is absolutely priceless. And, the things that we say to our kids have a big impact for a lot longer. So keep as you keep going in here, let me know as you watch this in the replay, brag about your kids in here. Brag, because I want to see a whole lot of comments, and share this away so that other people can find a way to brag about their kids, right? And then go back and tell your kids. And what would even be better is videoing yourself telling your kids and posting that, because, right? First of all, everybody loves to hear when we're bragging about them or when we're complimenting them, right? It's giving words of gratitude. I mean, it's so powerful. But our kids, I don't think, get it enough, right? I don't think any kid gets it enough. I don't think you can give enough words of gratitude to your kids, which is why I'm giving this shout out tonight. So I hope you guys have a great night. I will be back here tomorrow and with something else, and, I don't know, but I want to see everybody's words of gratitude, words of bragging about their kids, because I know everyone who's flashed across here has awesome kids, whether they are little kids, whether they are grown kids, whether they are, not really your kids, but kids that you've just, embraced into your life, right? Whether they're grandkids, like all of them, right? It's so important to let all of them know. So I hope you have a great night. I will see you here later. I'm getting ready to wind down. I am actually going to hit my goal tonight of being off technology by 11 o'clock, because I'm going to bed early. I have to be up super early in the morning. And then back to baking more challah tomorrow, because I didn't get that done tonight. So if you have prayers, I know I've been asking this from people. If you have anybody that you would like for me to pray for as I'm making the challah, there is, in Judaism, there is a custom when you make challah, the bread that we use on the Sabbath, there's a certain prayer that you say, and you can pray for specific people for a variety of different, anything, health, financial prosperity, anything, really anything, praying to have children, praying for your children to be healthy, whatever it is. So if you have anything that you want prayers for, I'm making a lot of challah in the merits of, my daughter's bat mitzvah, and in, the merits of all the children of Lifeline, and I would love to add your prayers to that. So just shoot me a private message and let me know. Give me the names of who you want me to pray for. If it's just an unspoken prayers, just general prayers, or if there's something specific, whatever it is, just let me know. So I hope you have a great night, and I will see you guys back here tomorrow. Bye.